Head to Jones. Jones carries it into the zone. Backhand scores. Pretty goal there by Jones as he scores on the backhand.
Yeah, I think Al Valaket would definitely like to have that one back going short side, but give Sean Jones credit on that one, getting it upstairs over the shoulder. I think it was there we see it again here, going wide on it. It is 17 Sean Jones and gets the backhand upstairs, and he's been, I won't say he's a revelation because he scored reasonably well in Erie last year. But when you
fence, and it's John MacFarland. MacFarland's pass and then slipping and falling. Here's a 2-on-0 short-handed breakaway for the Battalion. Algebra with a pass in front, they score! Short-handed, and the Battalion take a 2-0 lead.
A bad break there as Daneil Maggio completely blew a tire on that one, and he's not going to like the look of that when he looks back at the replays after, as the play by John MacFarland was actually a nice one. He set him up, led him very well. He had all sorts of time and then just completely muffed on it. You don't see that very often at the OHL level, that's for sure. If it's not the most embarrassing play that Daneil Maggio would have run into, it's got to be up in his top couple of them, because
Cameron Wind after it. He'll be bodied into the boards by Odell. Out in front, they score! So the Wolves get back into it and cut the lead to 2-1.
If you're a scorer like Eric Odell and you're not scoring, one of the best things you can do to get a jump is to basically create an offensive chance almost completely on your own. And that was this last goal. You watch the play Eric Odell make. Takes his man out behind, gets nice body position. As the defenseman, I don't think thought he was going to make that play. So gets the centering pass, and I think it's John Kurtz, if I'm not mistaken.
Taken by Jones, he'll tee it up. And there's a shot blocked in front. Reese, though, tried to clear, couldn't get it done. They score as Nyberg is going to give the Battalion a power play goal and a 3-1 lead.
Well, exactly the way you'd like to approach the game if you're Stan Butler. Kind of kitty by the door, wait for your chances, take advantage of the power play, and more importantly, take advantage of Wolves' mistake. This one, Stephen Reese got to do a better job of getting that puck to somewhere safe. If you're not going to get it cleared, you certainly don't give it away in the middle of the slot. So that one, and Stephen Reese, one of the better penalty killers in the league. You look at, it's again, it kind of reminds me of the Daneil Maggio thing. We're going to see Daneil Maggio do that, the fall on a slap shot, maybe once over his entire OHL career. Unfortunately, it happened tonight and it led to a goal.
So the Battalion take advantage of the power play and jump out to a 3-1 lead. The Wolves right back is Dan Maggio. That might have bounced in front of Colleen, and it's 3-2.
Well, it's interesting, Stu. I was just thinking to myself, the one thing the Wolves could do differently is play with a little bit more sense of urgency. They've allowed Brampton to kind of dictate the pace of the game, this kind of defensive, okay, we'll go for a few chances, and right away Sudbury does a good job. Daneil Maggio steps right into the lane there, and that's what you're going to have to take the play to them a little bit more. You've got to be smart about it, because if you...
Jones plays it into the corner. Carrick after it. Thorne comes out. Thorne with a shot goes high, he scores. So the power play connects again for the Battalion. They take a 4-2 lead.
And one of those ones, again, the Wolves were kind of looking around as though they weren't sure it went in, but the referee's reaction, and that, as well as that of the Brampton Battalion. And again, the Battalion doing a good job of capitalizing. A nice shot here, not given much room, and going right upstairs as Valaket drops down. So I don't know if that's the book on him at this point, but that's twice they've basically gone. And Mike Polino, he's seen enough. He's going to go with Andrew Loverock.
So Valaket gets the hook. He shakes his head a little. That's pretty close. Maggio moves in, and Maggio scores. A wrist shot surprising Colleen. And this one isn't over yet with 52.7 seconds.
No, I noticed, you know what, I had to laugh. You're looking around and there were some people that were leaving already. And out of all the chances you think the Wolves would get, a well-placed wrist shot there by Daneil Maggio brings the Wolves to within one, and 52 seconds, Stu, you know as well as I do, that's an eternity when it comes to this.
So Maggio gets his second.
So we get a chance. Here's that last one. Nice job by Daneil Maggio, just stepping into the lane and then rifling it top corner over to the far side. There's one Patrick Colleen I think would like to have.
To take the draw. A scramble for it comes to Cardwell. Cardwell gets it in front. Scramble, they score! Wow. Tied up by Eric Odell. 24.4 seconds left to go.
Well, if the Wolves needed one thing, Stu, that might have been it. What a, wow. An incredible 30-second. I don't know that this place, it's not full tonight, that's sure. It's not full by a long shot. But boy, give the Wolves credit. They really came right after this one. It would have been very easy at a number of times to just die on that as they put Andrew Lover
in the corner. Now it's out to center ice. It's a race for it. Jones moves in, and he scores, but the buzzer goes. No goal, as Jones comes that close to winning the hockey game.
And it was clearly no goal. I mean, it was about half a second, but boy, if you're the Wolves, Jeff Bookable right up on top of the bench. Look, he's just kind of, it's too bad we don't have a close-up of Jeff, because he just kind of ran his fingers through his head and said, what on earth are you thinking? 5 seconds ago, you get...
Stephon goes down. Foligno there. Foligno behind his own goal will play it to the far boards, and the buzzer goes, and this one will be decided by a shootout.
A second straight night, the Wolves will go to a shootout to decide matters. I think we're going to come back with that.
So Waters gets the first chance for the Battalion as he picks up the puck at center ice against Andrew Loverock. Waters moves in and he shoots that right into the glove.
And that looks like when our girls go to shootouts, that's what we run into. We go log shootouts because they just don't have, and I'm sorry, I shouldn't be picking on Waters, but that you want to try and get a good scoring chance out of this, try to create something. Doesn't always happen, but boy, you don't want to hit him right in the chest.
Here comes Eric Odell in for the Wolves. Odell against Killeen, he scores! So Odell all of a sudden has the scoring touch back.
Yeah, monkey off. You know what? That goal, scoring the goal in the last minute of play, I think great call by Mike Foligno. You go with the kid while the confidence up, and hopefully he keeps it going.
Well, Jones is going to get another chance on Loverock. He scored on the breakaway, but it was after the buzzer went at the end of the third. Jones moves in on the backhand, and it's another glove stop by Andrew Loverock.
Well, it was essentially the same move that he made in the last few seconds of the game, going fake, quick fake, and then backhand on the deke. So John MacFarland's got a chance to win it right here.
So we'll see what MacFarland can do against Killeen. The Wolves a chance to get the extra point, and Killeen got a piece of it, and will continue.
Give MacFarland credit. He knew exactly where he wanted to go on that one. He did take the shot, and he tried to put it there. Killeen equal to the task on that one. So now it's Andrew Loverock looking for the win if he can make it 3 for 3.
He can stop Sam Carrick. Loverock comes out. Carrick moves in, making a couple of moves, and 3 glove stops by Loverock.
Boy, Andrew Loverock bailing his team out on that one for a second consecutive night. And what a huge win if you're the Sudbury Wolves, coming from behind in the final minute and getting the extra point to boot.
So the Wolves with the improbable comeback with 2 last-minute goals, and they force the game into extra time. And then the overtime solved nothing, and the Wolves for the second straight night will win in a shootout, and they're now 2 for 2 so far on the weekend.
Yeah, and you know what? It was funny, Stu, that when I was looking at the last couple of minutes and it looked like Brampton was going to come out ahead, I kind of thought, you know, the game kind of symbolized the whole season to me, where Sudbury looks across the rink and says, you know what, we think we're a better team than that team over there, but, you know, through bad mistakes, really, you know, some decision making that was a little bit questionable in terms of making a choice of play at certain times, that they end up shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. And that's kind of been symbolic of the way this year has gone a little bit for the Wolves. So for them to be able to sort of put that aside and come back and pick up the win, I think is huge.